Did you know that over half of marketing fails, meaning that it doesn't produce a positive return on investment? I'm Karie Kaufmann, and I'm going to show you how to create irresistible calls to action so that your marketing can be in the 50% that actually works. So first, let's start with what not to do with your calls to action. Lame calls to action are things like visit our website. Well, and then what? Right? It's not a very clear call to action. Or call now for your free quote. That's not really perceived as a ton of value. In fact, a lot of people will read that as call now for your free sales pitch, right? Again, it's not super valuable or super motivating. Or 10% off, right? Just stop discounting. Don't make that your call to action. Or buy 50 and get one free, or some kind of offer that's just really lame. There's not a whole lot of perceived value there. So throw away those types of calls to action, and I'll give you some ideas on how to create good ones that get your prospects to engage with you, along with a story of something that you can actually use, a strategy you can use in your own business. So on the other hand, here are some powerful calls to action. One idea is to offer free, valuable information that's easy to get and no obligation for them. This might be a free guide, a tip sheet, a kit, something that they can actually use without having to do business with you. Because the purpose of this is just to engage them in a conversation, in a relationship, right? You just want them to take action and have a conversation with you. Another great strategy for calls to action is, instead of discounting, add on value. So it's a much more profitable transaction for you, but it still has the perception to the prospect that they're getting great value above and beyond what they might normally get. Basically, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to engage with you. Lower the risk, lower the barriers. Because remember, the point of your marketing is not to sell your stuff. It's just to get them to take the next step in your sales process and engage with you. And I want to share a story that a client of mine did, a marketing strategy that they did that's produced fantastic results. So this client of mine, they were going to exhibit at an expo where they knew a lot of their target audience, a lot of their high-profile prospects would be present. So they picked 10 ideal prospects, the kind that are like game-changing kinds of prospects for their business. And they sent them in advance a little gift, and what the gift was going to be was a remote control aircraft carrier. And it was like the real pimped out kind, the kind that even like grown men get really excited about. But they did something a little bit different. They just sent the remote along with a handwritten note to the prospect and let them know where their booth was going to be at the expo and said, come by and we'll give you the rest of the gift. You just have to come by and claim it. They had 100% of the 10 prospects come by their booth and claim it, which meant that they got at least a few minutes to have a conversation, build a little rapport. Now there's a face-to-face connection. And they were also able to get permission to stay in touch. Of the 10 that they've sent, that has turned into an 80% conversion rate into clients. 5 of them are brand new accounts that they never had before. One of those 5 is the second largest account in the company's history. And they were also able to reactivate 3 past clients that they had lost touch with and they hadn't been doing business with for a couple of years, and they were able to re-engage with them and get their business back. So that was a great offer, is a great call to action, and it was just kind of a fun way to get their prospects to engage with them. The risk was low, the reward was fun, right? But most importantly, it just gave them a shot to start building a relationship and close a sale. So take a look at the calls to action that you've been running in your marketing. What can you do better that's easier for your prospects to engage, low risk, low obligation, high value, and I guarantee you the response to your marketing will improve. Thanks for watching.